scumbag young.
Yo, what up? It's Anti. We're over here at airport, about to go ahead and tank out the tank, my boys. So, first thing you really need to know about the tank with the new update is that the tank lasers now. Honestly, like the tank will laser you with the RPG. So you can't stand still on this thing, you can't get too close to it, and you can't be next to any objects that are solid, bro. Like no walls, no rocks, no nothing. Right now I switched my FAMAS because there's somebody on report and we're getting ready to do tank, and I got 2 SMGs, but I already got, you know, an M4, so might as well just go ahead and get this done as quickly as possible. If you're gonna do it with SMGs, I'd bring 2 SMGs. Bring your brown ammo. You need 2K brown ammo. If you're using M4s, it's gonna take 1,500 M4 ammo. So make sure that you're well aware of your ammo. I'd bring probably like 2 extra stacks just in case you get into a fight. I got a few people with me, so it's not really that big of a deal, you know. So when you're doing this, you can't strafe to the left or right. Like obviously you can see like the bullets whizzing past me. You can see the fucking fire of the tank going over here. We're really not trying to get hit by this thing. We're really not trying to get splashed by the AoE of the missiles. So we're just staying back a little bit and we're just circling around this thing, making sure that we don't get hit at all. Some things to know about this is don't try to camp and try to like hit it from like, you know, behind a wall or anything. Be careful when you're getting the ammo box now up on the tower, because you will get yoinked by tank. Like you cannot. Actually, while we're doing tank, Meg up there on the tower actually gets yoinked. So you got to be careful with that. Aside from that, just like you follow through with how I'm doing it, strafing from one side. I'm just going clockwise, and you'll be fine, bro. Just stay in the open. Don't get too close, bro. Don't strafe. Don't stand still. Like Ghost should be over here, like circling with me, but I don't think they had realized the difference that tank is now. Like now you can't stand still at all. You can't even like walk, bro. You gotta go full on. Just keep moving, one smooth motion, and then like keep following this and you'll be good. So once you're done blowing up tank, you gotta be careful not to stand right on tank. Don't try to rush and go for the loot, because you will get burned and killed. There's a time limit on the fire, and then once the time limit's over, you're able to loot whatever's there. So from this point, what you want to do is just basically defend. So make sure you're doing a report check like constantly. I do like 15 seconds. We have one person do report check every 30 seconds to a minute max, because you're not trying to get like clapped by anyone. I realized that not everyone has glider, so there are some locations like this that you're not going to be able to get to, but this is a really great location for people who have glider. You can just glide from the tower. These crates over here, back there, great area. You can hide in a lot of spots. You have a lot of places to defend. Obviously, I don't know. There's honestly so many areas where you can just like keep an eye on tank and like still like keep spread apart but not too far, because what you want to do is basically circle around tank and make sure you have like the whole perimeter 360 just like protected. Other than that, you make sure you get the loot once it's over, and once the fire's over, and you're good golden, dude. Just get out of there. If anyone's following you, don't run straight back towards your base. You know, get them off the direction of your base, go somewhere else, and then cut through, or whatever you got to do. Make sure you're using report check to make sure they're like not on your grid before you do anything, and you're gonna have to use a little bit of IQ and make sure you're thinking about like how they're thinking and what would they be thinking, like where would they chase you, you know. Look around the map, whatever it is, and figure it out. it all comes with like experience. So over time, you'll start to understand and like get into the heads of other people and how they play. Um, Other than that, let's move on to operation base and how to do tank there. So with the tank here, dude, you for some reason it's totally different. You can't stand in one spot at all, and you can't even stand in the open. You have to use this fence basically the whole time. What I do is just strafe from one side and just go to the next fence. You can also jump shot right here, which is a good way to do it. Be careful because this missile comes at you. Watch the barrel of the missile, because once the barrel of the missile is toggled onto you, it's gonna fire. One thing to not do is come over here. I would stay on the outside fence, because if you get too close to this fence right here, this is what's gonna happen to you, and that's a big no-no. Aside from that, I would just do exactly what I'm doing right here. Just follow it word for word, basically, metaphorically, and keep hammering tank, dude, and you'll be just fine. So that pretty much summarizes the whole video right there. One more word of advice that I would give you is to stay side by side with tank. You don't want tank to get too close to you, or I mean too like far ahead of you or too far behind you, because then you won't have the fence to protect you from these RPGs. And that fence, man, it's worth it. So you can see that instead of like following up to the next fence, I like push backwards and just like keep going at it. You gotta be real careful, man. Just keep watching the barrel of the tank, because once it toggles on you, like I said, it will destroy you, man. If you have any more questions about how to do tank from the operation base, or if you have any questions about the airport tank when you're playing in the regular server, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. If you have any more ideas or anything that you want me to go ahead and do a video on, also leave that in the comment section, and I'll go ahead and check them out and see if I can help you guys out with some more guides on anything, because I do love doing guides. They're pretty fun to do, and I always love learning new things and, you know, sharing the knowledge with everyone else so you can have a fun experience on the game. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh yeah, try not to die. Better bring a bag or you'll end up in a bag. Boy, you better bring a bag, cause that tank can be a drag, boy.